What is up, you all? We're back with another Stranger Things Season 5 video. So moments ago, we just got our first look at the Stranger Things Season 5 poster. And we just also learned that tomorrow, July 16th, we will begin a teaser trailer, man. Before we get into it, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps, to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So kicking things off with this poster, like I literally love this poster just because of the colors and everything. We got like the greens with the mint greens, we got the reds. It looks so cool. So in this poster, we see the kids driving their bikes. We see Noah, Snap as Will first. We see Mike and 11. We see Lucas and Dustin. And this goes back to the first poster, but this time we have 11 on one of the bikes, and it's actually so cool because it's showing like it's a new time and age for these guys, because 11 is on the bike pegs of Mike. And in the background, we see Hawkins is falling. We see the cracks, we see the gates, the flames, just the smoke and everything. And then we see the man himself, Vecna, floating in like the clouds, man. And then we see One Last Adventure. When I read that this morning, it literally made me just so sad, because it's true, y'all. It's One Last Adventure, and we're not going to see these guys anymore, man. And it's going to end. No one's safe, like the Duffers said. Anybody's up for grabs. It's just so scary with, you know, this being the final season and knowing that anything can happen. We got the season kicking off in November, finishing off on Christmas, and then ending off on New Year's Eve. Look, to get into this, man, it's been a long time coming. It feels like it's been so long since we got anything Stranger Things related, like any trailer or anything. Like, we know that we got it at the Tudum event, but I'm talking about even in general since like season 4. So going back and hearing that theme with the Netflix logo once we see this season kick up is going to feel so damn good. Do you hear me? But tomorrow we will be covering this trailer. We will be locking in, breaking down everything we've seen, and just trying to see what's going on for Stranger Things Season 5. And also, 9 years ago today is when Stranger Things actually kicked off, so they had to give us this on just some like nostalgic stuff for us Stranger Things fans. And once again, I just want to say, man, I really do think that this season could potentially be, you know, the best season, just because it's the ending and we know kind of what to expect with characters. Kind of like I said, I think the story is going to surround itself around Will Byers and 11. I think it's going to be their story, because they are actually a big part of everything that's going on in Stranger Things, you know, with basically Noah being just the like connection and 11 being a reason. And I think, you know, with Vecna, man, just being on their tail, because he knows how important 11 is. And one thing I was thinking about, man, it is actually so crazy to know that the whole time we seen Billy, you know, going after 11, and, you know, him being Max's brother and stuff like that, and you're just like, man, this guy's evil as hell. And then you find out in the end, basically the whole time that was Vecna, and you go back and watch that in season 3, it all makes things hit harder, because it's like, dang, bro, that was actually Vecna talking to them through Billy. Like, that's actually crazy, man. One thing I will say, they said it's a teaser trailer. I thought we already got a teaser trailer. I thought this was going to be the real trailer, especially when it come out in November. But I understand, man, they're trying to really just take their time with things. Please take your time, because I know for a fact the Duffers know how big this is and how much this means to people and how important season 5 is going to be. So they're just taking their time. This poster is so good. I gotta have this poster somewhere on my wall. It's the final poster. And yeah, man, tomorrow's going to be a big day for us Stranger Things fans. We know one of them scenes, and there's going to break the internet, like how when Noah, as Will said, you gotta run. We know we're going to get some scenes that's going to strike the internet. Hopefully we get some more like just depth of season 5 and what could potentially happen, and just some stuff with the military base and Hawkins, and a little bit of character dialogue, just so we can see the state that at least one character is in. And I think that'll be a good teaser. And like I said, man, like, we have to go out with a bang as Stranger Things fans, you all, because this year is so important to us, like in 2026, because we have to like really be locked in, take it in, like just take it in, because I remember talking about this months ago, saying that, man, it's going to be here before you know it. We're already in July, you all, with a poster sitting right here in front of us. It was just at a point we were just getting behind the scene photos. We were just speculating a lot, like, man, when are we going to get this? Stuff is starting to roll out. And yeah, it's slower than we thought it was going to be, but it's because you got to think, this is the last season. They have to make sure everything is perfect. But I will say, just by seeing little things that I'm seeing behind the scenes, that this right here is showing me that once the promo starts, it's no stopping. You're going to see the merch in Target stores. You're going to see all types of stuff. They're going to go out with a bang. And I think that's why they're actually just, you know, slowing down a little bit and just making sure that everything is intact and is ready for release. But once again, before we kind of wrap this up, I want to say, man, that quote right there, they know what they were doing with that quote. One last adventure. Like, when you really think about that, that's actually crazy, bro. Like, starting from when they were younger in the basement playing Dungeons and Dragons, and then we get into season 4, and we get into season 3 and everything, and I feel like you really saw their journey. Like, especially like in season 2 when they started to get to know each other with 11 involved. I feel like, yeah, man, this right here is just something that's going to be just so crazy and just so much emotions attached, because it hits different for the people who watched it since they were kids. Now we look at 11 and, you know, Lucas and Dustin and everyone, like, dang, bro, they're adults now. So if someone does die from the core kids, it's going to hurt us so bad, because we literally dang near just grew up with them for real, like, or watched them grow up. So yeah, man, I think that this is going to be crazy. I think that this is going to be just something that is, like, it's just going to take us in this big emotional run, and I'm all here for it, man. This is my favorite show of all time, Stranger Things, and I really can't wait to see how this plays out. Fingers crossed that 11 doesn't die. I definitely think that she's going to get hurt, but I do understand that she's on the table to die, possibly, because she's a big part of everything with Vecna, and she opened the gates and everything, so she might have to make that sacrifice. And Will Byers, I think that he's up for grabs too, because, man, he's a big part of the connection, saying he's still connected to Vecna. So yeah, you all, man, comment down below how you feel about this poster. And guess what? Tomorrow, Wednesday at 7, all I'm going to say is you need to be on the channel if you love Stranger Things. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you love all things Stranger Things, turn on noti bells. You'll want to be on the channel. That's all I'm going to say. With that being said, I want you all to hit me up on all my social medias at ILIKESCARY, and over and out. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, trailer reaction dropping tomorrow too. Peace out.